Kwesi Millington here, certified public speaking coach, and this week the tip is about making sure your speech is a dialogue and not a monologue. And the way you do that is three words, and I want you to remember them: put, prepare, and plant. Put stands for putting yourself in the audience's shoes. You want to know what they're thinking and you want to know what questions they have about any part of your speech. And the best way to do that is to record your own speech before you ever go live. So recording your speech on your iPhone or an audio format and listening to it from the viewpoint of your audience will allow you to think of any questions that they may have or any issues that may be unresolved at the end of your story. So put yourself in their shoes before you go live, because what happens is when speakers get on stage and they don't go through this process, if the audience member has a question or a thought or concern about one area of the speech and you've moved on in your speech, their mind is still back there. So they may miss something important. So remember, put yourself in their shoes so you can resolve any issues before you ever give a speech live. The second is to prepare your audience. Now, one of the best ways to prepare your audience is to use the word imagine. Imagine a time when, or imagine something that happened in their lives. And what that does is it creates a picture in the audience's mind. So we see in pictures, so if you can say something like imagine, and that gets the audience thinking of a picture or something in their own lives, then they will be with you in the speech. And finally is plant. Plant seeds in the audience's mind as to what you're going to talk about. For instance, if you're going to talk about a story about failure, then ask them, have you ever failed at something, or do you remember a time when you failed, or something that gets them to reflect on their own lives. And the phrase for this is, when they reflect, they remember. I heard that quote once and it stuck with me. If they reflect on their own lives or their own failures, if that's the topic that you're talking about, before you talk about your own story, then they're going to be with you because they will think of their own lives and remember your story. So remember those three tips: put, prepare, and plant, and you will have your audience with you instead of just listening to you during your speech. Until next time, keep speaking, sharing, and serving.